Namaste everyone, hello again. This video is about sense modalities and functional limitations of sense organs. In the previous video, I had named 7 sense organs and how we can um, feel 10 different sensations through these 7 sense organs. So this video will continue to know more about sensations. Yes. So what exactly are sensations? Our sense organs give us first-hand information about the internal and external world, right? So, sensation is nothing but the initial experience of a stimulus or an object which is registered by our particular sense organ, which is receptive to that particular stimulus. So, it is basically a process which detects and encodes physical attributes of stimulus, the different stimuli. Sensation can also be referred to as immediate experiences of attributes of stimuli like hard or soft, warm, cold, etc., even the color of objects. So, this results from appropriate stimulation of a particular sense organ. So, different sense organs deal with different forms of stimuli. They serve different purposes. So each sense organ, therefore, it is very specialized for dealing with particular kind of information. And that's why we call each sense organ as a sense modality. Now, our sense organs don't function without limits. There are certain limitations to human sense organs. Our eyes can't see extremely dim objects, or we can't even see very bright objects. Similarly, different sense organs like our ears can't hear very soft sounds or very loud sounds. All sense organs operate within a particular range, which is unique to humans. So each sense organ works with specific boundaries of stimulation, and the stimuli must reach minimum intensity to be detected by the particular sense organ or sense modality. There is a subject called psychophysics. Here we study the relationship between the different stimuli and the sensations that occur because of these stimuli. So, to be noticed by a sense organ or sensory receptor, a stimulus must carry a minimum weight or value. And this minimum weight or value is called the absolute threshold or absolute limit. Like if I have to give an example, we have this sugar water example. Minimum number of sugar granules which are required to say that water is sweet is the AL of sweetness, the absolute limit of sweetness. Now, it is important that this threshold or AL is not the same. It is different for different individuals and it's different in different situations. It is based on the physical condition of a person and their motivation levels. So, therefore, we have to assess it based on number of trials. So 50% of occasions, if it is detected, that is what we consider. So absolute threshold is not fixed. It varies by person and situation. We'll have multiple trials and the stimulus intensity detected on 50% of the times becomes the standard absolute threshold measurement. So we can also say that when you increase the number of granules, sugar granules in the water, there are chances which are increased. We have increased number of chances that water is reported to be sweet than plain. So it is not possible to notice all stimuli. Also, it is not possible to differentiate between all stimuli. To notice two stimuli as different from each other, we have to have noticed that there is a particular minimum difference between the values of these stimuli. So this difference is called difference threshold or difference limen or DL. So we cannot notice every small change in a stimulus. Only after water tastes sweet at the absolute threshold, when you add more sugar, you may not immediately feel that it is giving you more sweetness. So the minimum change that is needed to notice increased sweetness 50% of the time is the difference threshold. So it is very important, this measure, to understand sensory discrimination. So understanding sensation is not entirely dependent on knowing about stimuli or stimulus, the different characteristics of the stimulus that we learned so far, the AL and DL. Only that is not enough. What we need to know more is there are a lot of other things that are happening, which is sense organs detect and encode stimuli from the environment. What happens next in the process is the neural pathways transmit electrical signals. Then it reaches the electrical signals, reach the brain centers. The brain processes and interprets information. Now, in any of these processes, if there is any damage to any component, it can cause partial or complete loss of sensation. Hence, our sense organs must be working right, neural pathways and brain centers must also be working right without any damage. Only then we will be able to perceive all our sensations. So, this is about the topic sense modalities and functional limitations of sense organs. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.